Okay, it's beer o'clock again on the Real Ale Guide. Matching t-shirts, matching glasses. What we got, Chris? Chris from Real Ale 140.
Today we have a Russian Imperial Porter. There we go. And that is from the Teignworthy Brewery in Devon.
Is there a warning sticker on the front of there, Chris?
Yes, it's 13% in volume, so we better take it steady on this one. And maybe we'll have to share it over to the wives after we've had a go on it. This is the strongest beer they've ever made. It's matured in Islay whiskey oak casks. I'm never sure how to say how these Scottish people talk. Probably because they're normally drunk. I don't know. Who have I offended? Quite a lot of people.
No one.
Yeah. And again, pronunciation, apologies. Bruichladdich, Scottish distillery. So it's got a big peat aftertaste. It was coming from a whiskey cask. It's really interesting to try this.
Yeah.
Because we've had the Bristol Beer Factory whiskey barrel aged.
Yeah.
Beers, and they've been really good.
This beer has been brewed. It's a Teignworthy Brewery, a kind of in Tucker's Maltings. If you're watching the UK, you might have heard of Tucker's Maltings. They produce most of the malt for most of the breweries in the UK. So Teignworthy Brewery have set up inside the Maltings. Clear glass bottle here, which it's not going to matter at all. It's a porter. You're not gonna. It's not a hot bomb, is it?
No.
For a 13% beer, for me personally,
That pour. I mean, I didn't
looks a bit thin.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, for a 13% beer, if this come from kind of Denmark or somewhere or a European country, it would be thick and gloopy and joyous.
You look at the Bristol Beer Factory beers, and
yeah,
they pour. Yeah. They have a slight head. This looks more porter than stout.
Yeah,
it's weird. But you know, appearances can be misleading. Clear bottle there. Slightly aggressive pour as well. You know, and no head.
No head. So it looks thin. It even looks thinner than Guinness in the glass. It's really got it. You've only got to move it slightly, and it's flying all over the place.
It's a bloody glass now.
But I tell you what, on a positive side to the beer, I'm picking up a lovely nose, even from here.
I've restrained myself from sniffing just to surprise myself.
It's just from a distance. I'm picking up a definite whiskey.
I'm going to stick my nose in it.
Yeah, let's go. Cheers. And yes,
yeah, that's very reminiscent. Do you remember when you were a kid and you used to have the old liqueurs at Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, those liqueurs that your dad would always have from some distant relative, and yeah, that honks of that. There's also a load of kind of raisin and Christmas pudding kind of honk to it.
A beer that almost come out of Grandma's oven, where she just poured a lot of spirit over the Christmas cake.
Yes, this is like a Christmas pudding that's been matured for months and just left alone in a little container somewhere.
So the verdict so far is that the beer on the downside looks a little bit thin, but it's got a great nose.
Really good.
Great nose.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it's almost like port, the smell.
Yeah.
It's got that real kind of raisiny kind of...
So should I be disappointed? Should a beer always have a thick, gloopy... It is my style. So
that's always really good for the mouthfeel, isn't it? That's like stickiness.
That's silky
in a big stout.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Until we taste it,
let's get in.
It's going to be a bit of a mystery.
Cheers, everyone.
Right.
Matching t-shirts,
matching shoes and chops and drinks,
matching glasses,
and haircuts. Mine's greyer. His is thinner. It's one of those things.
And Chris has his hair cut first. Very thin,
but absolutely packed.
Yeah,
packed full of flavour. Whoa.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
It was one of them. We were speaking earlier on in the review before, where the beer was kind of slowly throwing flavours at us, and we spoke about a beer that threw flavours in a millisecond. This is one of them beers, isn't it, where it kind of goes bang, there's your lot.
Boom!
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But right at the end, right at that back end, I'm getting that massive peatiness. No, it's huge. Kind of, it's like you've gone and shoveled a soil into your gob. This is in a good way. You know, that's not a bad thing necessarily. And you get a hint of it coming from the nose, but you don't really get it until you taste it.
Wow. That kind of earthy soiliness, that peatiness is a fantastic kind of attribute to the beer. It's almost raisiny as well. Plum.
It's beyond the Christmas pudding. It's just all those dark fruits and everything just rolled into one massive hit and then concentrated. It's like somebody concentrated a Christmas pudding and then kind of chucked it at you in the form of a cricket ball, and it landed in your mouth and went boom.
Yeah, and do you know, it's. I perhaps I was a little bit critical about the mouthfeel because I think this beer suits it being. It suits it being this mouthfeel, doesn't it?
It's funny. The mouthfeel isn't that different to Let me work this out. Have a sniff of this.
Yeah, bottle of port.
Bottle of port. This is a bottled vintage port from 2007. The smell isn't that different.
Yeah.
The mouthfeel isn't that different. What they've managed to achieve is almost like a beer port combo.
Yeah.
You don't expect a thick mouthfeel with port. You get a coating.
Yeah.
But not a...
I want to touch on, you've been buying like peaty whiskies, so you probably, I don't, so you probably perhaps appreciate this beer more than I do. Is it a quality peaty whiskey kind of barrel they've used?
The peculiar thing is, when I buy whiskey, peat isn't the thing I'm looking for in it. That's much more the wife's department, so we'll have to find out, we'll get an after verdict and maybe put some kind of subtitle on there to see what the wife thinks. But I don't know.
I need to call her. Bring her.
Clara, can you come here a second, please? Yes. I've
Right, you're live on camera. Coming in, Clara.
I just told everyone I needed to read.
No.
Tell us what you think of the peat taste.
It's a kind of it's unusual for me to get a kind of peaty.
This is that
the Teignworthy Imperial Porter, 13%.
What about the peat at the end? Is that good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a whiskey buyer.
As a whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
That's really
So
really
calling
good.
the specialists when you need them.
Yeah, exactly that. It's nice to be able to say.
Lovely. Is that really 13%?
See, for me, it's like a port with a peat.
Yeah, it is. It's really porty. Smells. Now you've said that, it smells like port. It tastes like port. Do you like it?
I like it, but I'm because I don't drink like peaty whiskies. I'm struggling with that kind of aspect of the beer. But because you drink peaty whiskies, it's nice to bring you on and say.
More like the leapfrog than...
No, it's not really leapfroggy. Funny enough, because that's really peaty.
I think the question we asked was, is it
know.
a quality kind of peaty whiskey? Is it a quality barrel?
I can't say anything bad about that.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Well, that's good.
Brilliant. Thank you, Clara.
Expert opinion.
Cheers.
I'll shake your hand later, wife.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris. Final thoughts on Teignworthy Brewery's Russian Imperial Porter at 13%.
I love the idea that you can cram and concentrate.
I'm hanging around for the dregs.
You can cram and concentrate that kind of lovely kind of flavour in that. For me, it's time and place. This is great with a meal. This is great with a big, massive Sunday roast and just bloody sip on it and just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Take your time with it. That's what it's for. 13%, you can do that.
I said Mel wouldn't like that reading the label, but I think she would.
Yeah,
because the peat in it isn't.
It's not going to kill you.
No. It's lovely.
No, we'll have to bring it on. Perhaps we can save some and let you review it.
Yeah.
What's your final rating?
For me, Pete's Clara's going for a 10. But,
Pretty good.
peat's for me not the be all and end all, and with a roast, I'd sooner have this with a roast than I would a glass of whatever the stuff's called, which I've forgotten now because it's right behind me and I can't remember. Port.
Yeah, you wouldn't drink port with a roast.
No,
I think.
I kept thinking porter, and that's wrong, isn't it? But no, you wouldn't have port with a roast, but you would have that with a roast, and it delivers. It really delivers, and I'm quite happily give that an 8 out of 10. It's a meal accompaniment. It's not a standalone beer for me.
A port is generally what, about 20%.
It's an aperitif, and
so you could share a bottle of that as a nightcap or with a roast, and it wouldn't go amiss. So. I'm
gonna go one back. I'm gonna go 9. I like it. I like it. I like it, but I can't explain it, which is why we brought Clearer on, because until I get into my whiskies and my kind of different types of peat whiskies, that I'm never going to be able to understand. But I know in my heart that I like this beer. I think it's great. Initially, I thought it looked a little kind of thin on the mouthfeel and the way it looked, but it's really perfectly suited to what it is. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Thanks guys for joining me. Put your comments in the comments box, subscribe if you like. Cheers.